We fixin' to make this town real smoking.
I constantly use the term new era to describe the next generation of fighting games: Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, Tekken 8, and Project L. The reason why I use the term new era to describe these four games is because they're doing things that games of the past, one, has never tried, or two, never perfected. Comeback mechanic, DLC, season passes, easy to use, netcode, faster pacing, aggression. And I think we're going to see a lot of these games either rise up and break records and become the best things that they have ever been, or they're going to crash and burn in all of their aspirations. Which game that will happen to, I'm not sure. Only time will tell. A game that a lot of people are excited about is Riot Games' Project L. They're showcasing their new duo play system. This is basically a co-op tag team system. This is kind of similar to what Tekken Tag Tournament 2 did, I believe, where you can have two people on the same team fighting two people, or maybe one person on the opposing team. This got a lot of people excited. They confirmed that there will be a playable version at EVO. You just show up at EVO and you can play it. But with Project L, one of the main stigmas against the game, and all games that's kind of doing the same thing, is the easy inputs. Street Fighter has modern control, Tekken 7 has Harada's box. A tweet from Sonic Fox kind of encaptures what my thoughts is on the subject. It says Project L having easy inputs does not matter. The execution barrier was definitely high. You can make something easy to get into, but it should be hard to master. Another game that's also talking about simple inputs, I won't get too deep into this because who cares about this game, but Grand Blue Fantasy. They put out this long paragraph basically summarizing the simple input system, and the reaction to this was swift and it was bad. All that aside, Tekken 8 is trending once again. This is like a common theme, so much so to where I don't even mention it half of the time. The access codes for PC and Xbox went out. There was a little bit of confusion. We had some websites saying first come first serve, and then some websites saying that the selection will be random. I'm still confused about which one was which, but the fact that there is this confusion and there is this separate process is a problem in and of itself. Also, when you factor in the scalpers, the bot. This was a problem with PlayStation. A lot of people bought codes and they were selling them online. There were so many different accounts saying 100 sold, 99 sold, 132 sold. I did the quick math just to see how much money these people were making off selling Tekken codes, and it's in the thousands. I don't know if this is a problem that Tekken can correct, because this happens with everything. Concert tickets, Street Fighter had the same issue. Everything falls victim to scalpers, even the PlayStation console itself. But I think the first come first serve bit a lot of people, because you can't outpace a scalper, a bot. So that was a lot of controversy. A lot of people were saying that they feel ripped off, they feel cheated. You know, you had a lot of different opinions going back and forth, back and forth. There was this long tweet here from Harada where basically he was talking about the CNT1, which is week 1, was very stable because it was one platform test. The expected problems with crossplay in CN2 are, as is the case with all crossplay games, if your opponent has a lower game hardware spec, it will no longer synchronize due to loading times on the low spec side. And depending on your opponent's specs, you can expect processing crashes during this game. This first bullet point reminds me of exactly what happened with Tekken 7. On the new Xbox, when you're fighting someone who has the old Xbox, when you hit rematch, the new Xbox loads faster. And since you're loading faster, the game will not detect the other opponent and you will get canceled out of the match. It doesn't realize that they're still there, they're just loading. So I think this is something that they have to figure out and adjust, because I mean, Street Fighter does it already. I haven't run into one issue like this with Street Fighter. But once again, like he said, this is why they're doing the whole network tests. Arsenal Ash has a tweet and he basically gives his initial impressions of Tekken 8 so far. You can see all of the bullet points he lists out. Meters should not be handed out at the start of the round, which I disagree with. I think the heat system should be handed out at the start of the round. I do understand that people think it's something that should be worked towards. You should earn it during the match, but I do like having it at the start of the round. Like sometimes while playing a game, I would activate it immediately and then I would just start applying pressure. So if you changed it to where it's something that you have to build up over time, basically every match will start the same. There's another tweet here that Harada responded to. It says, I beg you to not listen to some of the people. The combos are not long. We just have incompetent babies that are complaining because they don't want to stop mashing on the controller. Harada says, in any case, we need to decide whether they are some people or the majority. And we're the only ones who have the methods and perspectives to make that decision. And this is something that I try to do with the polls as well. When we see content creators saying that they want the backdashing buff, I try to see, like, is this something everyone wants? Or is this something that just the elite players want. At the end of the day, you're not going to please everyone. Some people absolutely hate heat. Some people absolutely love it. And if you tweak it in one way or another, you're bound to make someone happy, someone angry,